Hello, my dears. This is Resilient Lives, sending you a little bit of energy, hoping that you're receiving it. I certainly need a little energy myself. The day has been full, and here we are. How are you doing? Well, we are coming to you just thinking about the journey that we have been on and wanting just to make sure that you know that you are loved in this crazy, chaotic time. It is very hard to not be burdened or anxious because of the culture, the tone of everything that's going on. It's hard work to keep ourselves in a good place. And that's why we touch base every so often. So that's what we're doing now. We're just touching base with you just to make sure that we're continuing on this thriving journey. You know, we have been on this journey for quite some time. We started out alone together. That's an interesting play on words. But we were hit by this pandemic and forced into isolation and quarantine. And that brought out some emotions, and then we dealt with grief and emotions and loss and love. And the love is what I'm interested in sharing, because it just doesn't seem, when I look around, where is the love? Where is the love? I did a video a while back when we were first thinking about the pandemic and the rush to get a vaccine. And so they're still working on this vaccine. And of course, we're all hoping that one that is workable and usable will come soon. But then the second pandemic, the racism, came, and the vaccine for the second pandemic, in my mind, is already here, because in my mind, it's love. It's if we come together, if we look at each other, if we care for each other, then that would be a really good first step. You know, I think I might have mentioned about the rabbi who was talking about in his TED Talk, we the people. We the people. We're the ones that's got to do this. No one is going to come and save us. So that's why we're doing these videos. That's why we're staying in touch, as we are loving each other and supporting each other. We the people, to think of the other. And I remember in his TED Talk, he said if we would substitute other instead of self, you know, rather than self-esteem, other esteem. But basically, he was talking about looking at the other. How can we live together? And it has to be in unity. Well, here we are. And things don't seem to be improving. They seem to be getting really, really nasty. And so I would implore you just to remember that the vaccine is love. And I was just looking at this. I think it's a Buddha statement where it's talking about how many candles, how many candles can be lit from one candle? How many candles? A lot of candles can be lit from one candle. And the good news is, by lighting those candles, the life of the original candle doesn't go out. And so basically, I guess the Buddha is talking about the happiness that we share doesn't decrease. And so we just want to focus on this vaccine of love, because we need that, and we need to keep ourselves calm in spite of all that we see going on around us. And we have been through a lot. And so I just wanted to remind you, because we're being layered every day with so many things. It's overwhelming. You know, we've had deaths, and our hearts are saddened, and we're grieving, and the jobs, and the job loss, and it's too much. People are ill with regular illnesses, cancer, and some days it just feels like it's too much to bear. But we have each other, and so we want to remember to continue thriving, continue to use the heart. The vaccine is love, and the heart is the source of our love, and the heart is a muscle, and it's a muscle that needs to be worked, you know. And so just remember, it's the things that we do, and then what are the blockages that causes the heart to not work as it should? You know, is irritability or anger or annoyances or jealousy, or it really all doesn't seem that important when the choices are life and death. And so I'm just encouraging you to remember that the vaccine is love, and the heart is a muscle. That loving is something that takes work. And it's a mindfulness connection, a loving kindness, mindful connection. So give some thought to it. But in the meantime, let me send you a little love today. Love you. Be safe. And remember, we have been on this journey. We started out alone, feeling isolated. And with the isolated came all sorts of emotions. But we went through and are still going through lots of things. And the good news is we recognize that obstacles are opportunities, and we've learned how to thrive and how to grow. And so remember, love one another, focus on loving the other, and hopefully we'll be on this again tomorrow. I love you. I'm sending you a virtual hug, and all is well. Be well now.